Hey friends, it's Jessica with ThatPortlandLife, and today we're going to be talking all about Zestimates and whether those online home valuation tools are even accurate at all. So it's really easy to get information online, especially when it comes to real estate. I mean, you can buy a house and get a home loan without ever leaving your computer. So it's really easy to get a lot of information and to feel really well informed. And Zestimate is one of those tools that more and more people are relying on. A Zestimate is a Zillow home price indicator. So when you see any houses online, they'll have their number right next to the list price of what they think the house is worth. You also can type in your address and they'll send you a quick number and say, this is what you should sell your house for. And while having that information can be very powerful, whether you're buying or selling, it's really important to get into the numbers and decide, is this even accurate? So I really kind of want to break down how a Zestimate works, and then you can decide whether it's a good fit for you or not. So here in Portland, neighborhoods change very quickly. You can go 5 blocks and be in a neighborhood that has a vastly different price range from where you started. And the way that Zestimate works, they take houses, calculate the square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and then compare it to everything that's that same size in the entire zip code. And depending on where you are in Portland, some of those zip codes are huge. And if they don't find enough data in that zip code, then they bump out to the whole county, which is also huge. So, you kind of need to take the number with a grain of salt for Portland specifically, because your house probably isn't actually comparable to a house that's 3 miles away, but the same square footage. Another thing that they do when they're calculating this number is they compare it to what the house is listed for, not what it's sold for. So that can work for you and it can work against you, because there's a lot of people out there that overprice their houses. So they'll have their house listed too high, but Zillow will be like, oh, this is what this house is listed for, so that's what yours should sell for. On the flip side of that, when you're in a market like the one we're in currently, people are overbidding houses like crazy. We've been seeing 30, 50, 70 over on a lot of sales, especially in lower price points. So Zillow's not taking any of that into account. They're saying it was listed at 500, so that's why what your house is worth. But in reality, those houses are selling for 550 or 600,000. So your number is probably way off. The good news is you have me here, and I am happy to give you an actual home valuation. So I'll get into the numbers. I'll look at your neighborhood specifically. I'll look at what homes actually sold for, not just what they were listed at. And I'll, of course, take into account any upgrades that you've made or any remodeling that you've done. Things as small as painting can make a huge difference in the price. And it's completely free for me to give you a home valuation. I'm not going to give you any pressure into listing next week or anything. I'll just give you the information so that whenever you decide that you do want to move, you're well educated and you can be like, this is what makes sense for my family now, whether that's moving or not. And when you're looking at buying houses, take that same information and realize that just because the Zestimate is low or high doesn't mean that that's what that house is going to sell for. While we're looking at houses, if you're conflicted about what to offer or whether a house is worth it, we can do that same home valuation and give you an idea of what the neighborhood is actually selling for. So while the Zestimate is a good tool to have in your tool belt and it's a good place to start, make sure that you're getting more information before you actually use it to make a decision. If you have any specific questions too about your house or about Zestimates or about home search in general, you're always welcome to reach out. We're available by phone or text or email. You can send us a message through Facebook. We really love what we do, so we're happy to talk to you about it anytime. And if you aren't already following us on Facebook and Instagram, we would love to see you over there. We feature lots of different neighborhoods and businesses and post fun content all the time. So we hope to see you on social media, and we'll talk to you soon.